students, welcome to my channel Learn, Grow and Rise. Today we will discuss one of the important periodic properties, that is atomic radius. I have already discussed periodic properties one of my previous video, that is periodicity. I have given the link in my description box. Please watch it and make sure before watching this video you must watch that video on periodicity. Let us have a small discussion what is periodic properties. Properties get repeated after certain regular interval in periodic table called the periodic properties. When we arrange the element children according to the increasing order of their atomic number, certain properties that repeats itself after a regular interval of 2, 8, 8, 18, 18 and 32 means when the elements repeat after 2, 8, 8, 18, 18, 32 number, certain property repeats itself and that property is known as a periodic properties. Is it clear? Now, which type of properties that repeat? The properties which are directly or indirectly depends on the electronic configuration of the element can repeat itself after a regular interval. Atomic radius, one of such property which directly depends on the electronic configuration. Now let us discuss. Atomic radius is the distance between center of the nucleus of an atom to its outermost shell of electrons. Means it is the distance from the nucleus to the electron present in the outermost shell. I have given an example here. Here you can see one structure of atom where the atom consists of three cells, K cell, L cell and M cell. The distance from the nucleus to M cell is known as the atomic radius. But calculating atomic radius in this method have a problem. It is very difficult to isolate one atom from the substance and also it is very difficult to locate the electron in its outermost shell and find the exact position of the electron. So it is a Herculean task to find out the atomic radius by taking the distance from the nucleus to its outermost shell. And if we calculate the atomic radius by this method, we cannot get the exact or the accurate value. That's why we are measuring the atomic radius by taking account the internuclear distance. Atomic radius can also be defined as half the internuclear distance between the combined atom in a molecule. Here I have taken one example of hydrogen molecule. Hydrogen molecule formed by combination of two hydrogen atoms when they combine with the covalent bond. You can see here this is the first hydrogen atom and this is the nucleus of the first hydrogen atom and this is the nucleus of the second hydrogen atom. The distance from the nucleus of one hydrogen atom to other hydrogen atom is known as the internuclear distance. After measuring the internuclear distance, if we divide it by 2, we will get the atomic radius. So atomic radius is equal to internuclear distance by 2. Here, the internuclear distance is 74 pm. So atomic radius of hydrogen is equal to 74 by 2, you will get 37. This is the correct method by which we can get the correct value of the atomic radius. And when we calculate atomic radius by this method, we call the radius as a covalent radius or the metallic radius. Atomic radius can be measured by X-ray diffraction technique or spectroscopy. Unit of the metallic radius is or unit of the covalent radius or atomic radius can be measured in terms of angstrom or picometer. 1 angstrom is equal to 10 to the power minus 10 meter and 1 picometer is equal to 10 to the power minus 12 meter. Now let us discuss factors affecting atomic radius. The first factor is the number of the cell. Number of cell always directly proportional to the atomic size or atomic radius. Means when number of cell increases, atomic size increases, because when number of cell increases, distance of the outermost cell from the nucleus also increases, hence atomic radius increases. Here you can see one example. Here it is a structure of an atom which consists of 3 cells K, L and M. And here another structure of the atom which consists of the 4 cells K, L, M, N. It is obvious that the distance from the first nucleus to the third cell is always less than distance from the nucleus to the fourth cell. So, in this case, the size of the atom or atomic radius of the first atom is always less than. So, atomic radius of the first atom is here less than the atomic radius of the second atom. Now, let us discuss another factor, that is nuclear charge. It is the positive charge present in the nucleus of an atom, which is equal to the number of protons in the nucleus or atomic number. This means nuclear charge is directly proportional to the atomic number. More the atomic number, more the nucleus, because more the number of protons present in the nucleus. Now, let us see how nuclear charge influences the atomic radius. Nuclear charge is inversely proportional to the atomic radius. Means when nuclear charge increases, atomic radius decreases. Why? Because when nuclear charge increases, the attractive force exerted by the nucleus on the electron also increases. Hence, the electron pull the valence electrons or valence cell towards itself. So, the size of the atom also decreases. Now, let us discuss the periodic trends of atomic radius. As we know, the atomic radius is a periodic property. It definitely follows a regular trend of increasing or decreasing. Now, let us discuss how it increases or decreases along a period and how it is increased or decreased along a group. Now, let us discuss down a group. When we move down a group, means when we move top to the bottom in a group, atomic radius increases because number of cell increases. Here, number of cell is a dominating factor because when we move top to bottom in a group, nuclear charge also increases along with the number of cells. But at the rate at which the number of cells increases, at the same rate the nuclear charge is not increasing. That's why the number of cells is here the dominating factor and the atomic radius increase or decrease, that depends upon the number of cells. As we move down the group, number of cells increases and number of cells is directly proportional to the atomic radius, because when number of cells increases, the distance from the nucleus to the outermost cell also increases. So, when the number of cells increases, atomic radius increases. So, when we move down a group, atomic radius also increases. Now, let's take an example of group 1 element. The group 1 element, the first element is hydrogen, atomic number 1, consists of only one period, and this is the size of the atom because it consists only one cell. This is K. Now, we will talk about the second element, that is lithium, atomic number 3, electronic configuration 2,1, and the number of orbit is 2. It consists of 2 orbits, one is K and another is L. Now, let us talk about the sodium, electronic configuration 11 is 281, atomic number 11, consists of 3 orbit, K orbit, L orbit, M orbit. Now, we will talk about the potassium, electronic configuration 2881, it consists of 4 orbits, so that is K, L, M, N. So, it is obvious that when we move down a group top to bottom, the number of cells increases. When number of cells increases, the atomic size also increases. So, atomic size of the potassium is greater than sodium, is greater than lithium, is greater than hydrogen. So, this is the trend the atomic radius follow down a group. Now, let us discuss how it follows the trend across a period. Across a period means when we move left to right, along a period. This is known as across a period. So when we move across a period, atomic radius decreases. There is a small or little exception, the noble gases present in that period. Here, the dominating factor is nuclear charge, because in a period, always the number of cells remains same. So, dominating factor is here nuclear charge. As we know that nuclear charge is inversely proportional to the atomic radius. When we move left to right across a period, the nuclear charge also increases. When nuclear charge increases, the force of attraction exerted on the valence electron also increases, so the atomic radius decreases. Here you can see the example of the elements present in the second period. This is the element present in the second period. We will discuss up to fluorine, because I have told you there is a little exception in case of the noble gas, and neon is the noble gas that is present in the second period. You can see here lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen and fluorine, all of them the nuclear charge also increasing slowly. Lithium +3, beryllium +4, boron +5, carbon +6, nitrogen +7, oxygen +8, fluorine +9. As the nuclear charge increases, you can see the atomic radius gradually decreases. But there is an exception of the neon. Neon has the largest size in the second period because of its structural stability. It consists of 8 electrons in its outermost cell. And neon cannot form bond with other neon atoms. So here, instead of calculating the covalent radius, we will calculate the van der Waals radius. The van der Waals radius is always greater than the covalent radius. That's why neon has the largest size in the second period. Now, let us have a discussion on ionic radius. When the neutral atom lose electron or gain electron, it forms the ions. Then, when it lose electron, we call it as a cation, and when it gain electron, we call it as an anion. Now let us have a discussion the atomic radius of ionic radius of the cation. Cation is always smaller than the parent atoms, means the atom from which it is formed. Now let us see the aluminium. Aluminium consists of 3 electrons in its outermost cell. When the aluminium lose the 3 electrons, it forms Al+3 ion. When in the Al+3 ion, now the electronic configuration is 2,8. Now number of electron decreases. When number of electron decreases, it is tightly held by the nuclear charge, because in aluminium atom there are 13 proton need to attract 13 electron. But in case of the aluminium ion, there are 13 proton that need to attract 10 electrons. So it is quite easy to attract 10 electrons instead of attracting 13 electrons. So in this case, the cation size of the cation decreases from the neutral atom or from the parent atom. Now let us have a discussion on the size of the anion. Anion is larger than the parent atoms, because how anion is formed? When the neutral atom it gains the electron, it forms the anion. You can see one example here in case of the chlorine atom. Chlorine atom consists of chlorine atom consists of 7 electrons in its outermost cell. So when chlorine atom gain 1 electron, in that case it forms Cl- ion. Now the nuclear charge remains same. Number of electron increases, and when we increase or add 1 more electron, there is a inter-electronic repulsion between the electron present and electron added. Hence, the effective nuclear charge decreases and size increases. So, that is the reason why anion is larger than its parent atom. Now, let us have a discussion on isoelectronic ion. What is isoelectronic ion? When the ion consists of same number of electrons, it is known as the isoelectronic ion. For example, magnesium ion, sodium ion, fluorine ion, and your oxygen ion. You can see everywhere the number of electrons is remain 10. And if you see the number of protons that vary, that in case of the magnesium ion it is 12, in case of the sodium ion it is 11, in case of the fluorine ion it is 9, and in case of the oxygen ion it is 8. So as we know that greater the nuclear charge, smaller the size, because nuclear charge is inversely proportional to the atomic radius or the size, atomic size. Or here also, greater the nuclear charge, smaller the size of the ions. So as you can see that magnesium possesses 0.65 angstrom, sodium possesses 0.95 angstrom, fluorine possesses 1.26 angstrom, and oxide possesses 1.42 angstrom. So children, isoelectronic species, when you will get the question, you will see the number of the nuclear charge or number of the proton. More the proton, smaller the size. Now, how much we learn, it need a practice to do or to perform well in the exam. So let us discuss few questions in our exam decode section. The first question is that which atom in each pair has a large atomic radius? I have given the options are sodium, silicon, rubidium, cesium, sulfur, chlorine, magnesium, aluminium. In each pair, you need to select the larger atomic radius. Let us discuss sodium and the silicon. Sodium present in the first, followed by the silicon, because the atomic number of the sodium is 11, silicon is 14, and they present in the same period. When they present in the same period, nuclear charge is a dominating factor. So as the nuclear charge of the silicon is more than that of the sodium, sodium possesses the larger size, because nuclear charge is inversely proportional to the atomic radius. Now we will talk about rubidium and cesium. Rubidium and cesium present in one group. When we move down a group, number of cell increases, hence the atomic radius also increases. Cesium present below the rubidium, hence the size of the cesium is larger than that of the rubidium. Now come to the sulfur and chlorine. Sulfur and chlorine present in the same period. Sulfur consists of atomic number 16 and chlorine has the atomic number 17. So of course sulfur atomic number 16, so it has the less nuclear charge than that of the 17. So sulfur size is bigger than your chlorine. Now magnesium and aluminium, they also present in a same period, so number of cell remains same, so nuclear charge is the deciding factor here. So magnesium possesses the larger size than that of the aluminium. Now let us discuss the question number 2. In the question number 2, I have given the question that you need to arrange the following in order of increasing radius. Cl minus and Cl. Increasing radius means you need to write the smaller one first, then bigger one. Cl minus and Cl. Cl minus is an anion and Cl is a parent atom. So Cl minus is an anion, so anion has always bigger size than the parent atom. So what is the order? Cl less than Cl minus. Now magnesium plus 2, magnesium plus 1. It is a cation. Magnesium, when magnesium loses 1 electron, it forms magnesium ion. When it loses 2 electrons, it forms the magnesium Mg plus 2 ion. So of course the size of the cation is always smaller than that of your parent atoms. So whose size is smaller here? Magnesium Mg plus 2 is smaller than your Mg plus 1 is smaller than magnesium. Now, next question is the nitrogen, oxygen and phosphorus. Nitrogen atomic number is your nitrogen atomic number 7, oxygen atomic number 8 and phosphorus atomic number 15. So, nitrogen and oxygen they present in a same period but phosphorus present in a different period. So, if you see nitrogen and the oxygen possesses less size, a smaller size than that of the nitrogen, and phosphorus possesses more or bigger size than that of the nitrogen. So, this is the order. Now, let us discuss the third question. In the third question, this is a simply a thoda sa twist hai. So, I am giving this question as a homework. Please do this and write the correct sequence in the comment section. What is the question? Let me read the question once more for you. The question is, three elements X, Y, Z have an ionic radius 1.33 angstrom, 0.95 angstrom and 0.60 angstrom respectively. Arrange them in order of increasing atomic number in a group. Children, this is a twist question. So if you have seen my video thoroughly, I think your concept definitely cleared on this size of the ionic radius. That's why you can solve this question very easily. And let me see how much effort you people are giving to solve this kind of question. Hope that all of you like my video.
If you like the video, please write the answer in the comment section.
And please do not forget to like, share and subscribe and hit the bell icon for further upcoming videos. Thank you.